Or of the Locked On Hornets podcast.
Let's get to some of the comments. Jarrett writes in that Cody did last year. I don't remember that.
So I'm seeing Cody Zeller in a Blazers mask.
Of course,
but I haven't tracked down.
I've got someone with a face mask in a Hornets uniform. I don't know if you guys want to venture any guesses.
Can you share your screen? Can you reveal it to us?
I don't know. I was really trying to figure it out. I can't think of anybody that has the mask or the goggles.
You would not have gotten this, but he did use 3 goggles. I don't know if that
well, I mean, Marvin Williams.
Yes. There's
a
face
okay.
mask. I don't remember him wearing this. No.
That's a riddle.
Yeah, that's a good one. But no, I've got a picture with him with a clear face mask on.
Okay, must have taken a sneak one to the dome.
All right.
You know,
so
it's
Marvin
funny
Williams.
now. If you search Hornets face mask, you get a lot of
COVID
It's
mask, right?
It's a tough Google
tough,
search.
now.
Now because of COVID. Also, we do have a comment that leads us to the Rashaan Holmes point a little bit more. Daniel Tapp writing in. Always appreciate Daniel Tapp for listening. I feel like Rashaan Holmes' contract being as long as it is and fully guaranteed makes it too much of a risk given his age. And this is the point I wanted to bring up. It's the biggest negative a part of Rashaan Holmes, that and the lack of shooting, especially compared to P.J. Washington. If you look at Rashaan Holmes, the guy's going to be guaranteed money the next 3 years. The last year is a player option, which presumably by that time he's past 30. You have to imagine he would opt in at that point in his career. He's 28 years old, 100 days past 28 years old. So like he's right in the thick of it. For me, I think it's the length of the contract that's the biggest problem, way more than the price is. And if you look at what he's done the last 3 seasons for Sacramento, the last 2 before we started talking about him in free agency, there's a reason that Hornets fans knew his name so well and were so excited about him. If you look at the beginning of this year, before the eye laceration, which he had to miss 7 games due to, and he also entered COVID and health and safety protocols. So he's kind of been out of it ever since like December. It's been a rough go for him here recently. Before all that, though, I mean, the guy was a legitimate beast. So if you look at the leaders in true shooting percentage at the start of December, Rashaan Holmes was number 1. And if you look at some of the games now, the guy is still, I think, at a 70 effective field goal percentage, and he's like at a 72 true shooting percentage. So he's a lob threat. He's averaging 12 points a game, which is on par with what he's done the last couple of seasons. He's still one of the better rim protectors in all of the NBA. If you look at expected field goal percentage compared to what it actually is, people shooting against him at the rim, it's really good. It's like top 15, even for him being a little bit of a smaller center. 6'10" is what he's listed at. I would venture to say he's 6'9".
And doesn't need the ball a lot.
No, he doesn't.
Which is good.
And isn't playing with a point guard. He's playing with a scoring point guard and Fox out there.
And so I guess my question is, at $11, $12, $13 million a year for, again, probably too long, a little longer than you're comfortable with, Mason Plumlee passes better than Rashaan Holmes. That's it. Ain't none else better. Mason Plumlee does. P.J. Washington shoots better than Rashaan, can probably do a little more offensively for you, except he's not the lob threat Rashaan is, but he can be a little bit of a lob. Like, that's the comparison. Do you feel good enough about P.J. giving you that added shooting, even though he's not right now, but over a season sample, he'll give you the shooting, compared to Rashaan, who is clearly better defensively, and even with P.J.'s nice rim protection at his size, Rashaan's like probably a top 15, top 20 rim protector in the league. Certainly, like, it becomes a strength for you. Like, that's the tough one. I could understand why the Hornets would be interested.
I could too. I mean, I understand the concern about the length of the contract, but it's $10 million, $11 million. So it's like movable. Like, it's not going to be something that I don't think that they'll be absolutely stuck with.
No.
Yeah, and I think that was my concern more so when we thought it was going to be at $15 million per when we were talking about it in free agency. And I think that's why that was always something. Hey, look, this is somebody that relies a lot on his athleticism, his bounce to go contest with people at the rim. That's probably going to wane as he gets closer to 30, and you've got him on the books.
This is what I want right here. So I want a guy who can just pin the ball on the backboard.
Right.
Yeah, like Mason's not doing that. Mason's not doing that right there.
No, Hornets fans, go watch the game against the Kings at the beginning of the season where he destroyed us. He missed one shot, scored 23 points, grabbed 20 rebounds, and just slapped us. I mean, it was brutal. Like, he's a good player when healthy, hopefully he can come around this season because he's not been very healthy lately.
Yeah, I guess of course, it all depends on what you would give up, right? Like, how much is the identity of this team going to shift with whomever they would send out? I mean, one of the things I like right now, and one of the things that has helped the Hornets be where they are, is just that they have so many guys that can offensively produce for you on any given night, right? Like, I mean, it's Gordon, it's Terry, it's LaMelo. Like, they've got so many of those guys. Are they going to remove one of those guys and lose some of that extra shooting they've got there? Kelly Oubre, so that's what they're going to have to figure out. How long do they want to extend the current identity of this team without having anyone in the middle? I don't know.
So here, let me throw this out, and then I do want to get to this. I got to figure out how to get these LaMelo Ball shoes. So I need David to help me on the LaMelo Ball shoes. But let me throw this out. No picks. Mason Plumlee, James Bouknight, Rashaan Holmes.
So then, Doug, you're back to having very little depth in the middle, right? One of your concerns earlier on in the season, if you ship out Plumlee, but I guess you're no worse. You're no worse off because you've upgraded the spot. You still don't have any depth.
Yeah, I mean, and plus Kai Jones, that becomes your first round pick. Yeah, I'll do it. Bouknight for Mason Plumlee. I'll go after Rashaan Holmes that way.
If Bouknight ever becomes a star for this team, I'm gonna remind Walker several years from now how many times he traded Bouknight on this show.
I'm gonna be happy about it. Are you not doing it? Are you keeping Bouknight?
I think it's more to David's point that it is, and that's what makes this tough, is that you got to ship. I like Plumlee's contract makes it all work, and if you don't want to lose PJ Washington, and you're stuck if Rashaan Holmes does get hurt, you're actually worse.
Think about how dangerous defensively they are with Rashaan and PJ, man. Like
if Mason gets hurt, you're worse. So
right, but like if you bring Rashaan, he comes in there, he battles against the bigger bodies, and then all right, well now we want to be more potent offensively. We want to clamp you down even more so defensively. All right, cool. We'll just throw Rashaan Holmes out there, and then PJ can do it too in a small ball lineup. I just think defensively it really helps him out.
Yeah, I mean, and guys, we fall in love with the recent streak they've gone on and how fun they are. But in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking if they ever get to the playoffs and when this game slows down, you're scared that it's just going to be a bloodbath, right? When the game goes to the half court and they have nothing in the middle to contend with anyone with another team that does. So that's what they have to be thinking. I mean, they know it's coming at some point, like this major deficiency in the middle. So I don't know. I don't know how soon they're going to press the upgrade button there.
Shout out Christian from Norway. Go Yidams. There you go. But he's right. We don't need more offense. They need more defense right now. I mean, Mo Bamba would certainly be a fit. It's just I'm not sure that Orlando is really ready to part.
Yeah, I like Mo Bamba. He's the reclamation project you trade for. Rashawn's established. He helps you win now. But also, do you need another reclamation? I like Mo. I think you could use him.
If you're going to trade, it better be for a player that you are confident can play the position effectively and in the playoffs. Is a playoff player.
And I think Rashawn's that guy.
Does it surprise you guys at all that they haven't gone this route of just grabbing one of these, aging veteran free agents that's been passed around this season at all? I mean, that would be a plug and play type thing. I know that some of these guys especially may mess up the chemistry on this team, but I mean, it's something people are doing. A lot of people are talking about it. I don't know. It just seems like they haven't even looked that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they kind of did that with Mason Plumlee before everybody else did. They went and got their old man and put him in there. They just traded out, Bismack. Instead, they got Mason Plumlee, who's, I mean, Mason's probably older than Bismack. Maybe they're probably pretty.
No one knows how old Bismack is.
That's true.
Shout out Petey QC, born and raised. Tell us where you're from. We want to know where you're from. We'll put it up on the chat. We'll shout you out. I want to talk about. Can we talk about these shoes?
Yeah,
you Doug
Dean's. All right, fine. Not trade talk.
Doug. Search Elliot Perry, Charlotte Hornets.
Elliot Perry.
That's going to help him get him.
No. You're going to find some.
All right, let me get these shoes up here. Yeah. This is what I want. I want these MB.01 colorways for the Hornets. Now, David, you are our shoe guru, our shuru. Can you help me get these? I think, February 4th, right, is...
Okay, well, my first tip is February 2nd. So
if
you go on February 4th, you're guaranteed to miss them. So that's where we'll start. February 2nd. As of right now, everything's getting pushed back. But yeah, so Doug, when I got these around Christmas time, the original whatever colorway, Mars Red or whatever color there that is, I mean, I went to Puma. Now I was ready to go at like 10 o'clock. And I think if you go there now, they've got either a coming soon or a countdown clock of some sort, or they will once we get closer. You just want to be on that at 10 a.m. Eastern time or whatever time they drop. And I don't think you'll have a problem. I think you're going to be okay. They may go down at there. Now we're talking. See,
I mean, are we doing this right now? Are we buying this mint upper deck Elliott Perry with the goggles?
53% off the top. Yes, absolutely.
$1.88. That's a steal. Look at that.
Somebody put that in the background. We can post that. Elliott Perry. I believe Milwaukee Buck Elliott Perry too. Like that's a name I thought I'd go the rest of my life without hearing again.
That's
but
great.
Thank you, David, for bringing him up.
Yeah.
Okay. David, what do you think about the LaMelo like mix and match red and green shoe?
Interesting. Are you a Rick and Morty fan?
So I'm a Rick and Morty fan. So is that part of the colorway? I thought it was. So it's the mix is part of the colorway.
Yeah, it's a Rick and Morty collaboration, I guess. I think they're on the back or the tongue of either one of those shoes. I'm not a big fan of shoes that are just not the same color at all. Like T-Mac did it a little bit, and that was kind of cool. But I would, once in a while, I guess. But I'm not.
You heard it here, LaMelo Ball fans. Thumbs down from David Walker. Let him know on the chat what you think about that.
David, I got to ask you, were you a fan of the T-Max? Because that was the shoe that I hopped on first and foremost compared to any other shoe out there. I had to have the T-Max. I got the T2s when those were released, and I feel like those were really popular at the time. And that was the wave that I rode, especially at that time.
Yeah, back when Adidas was, doing their thing. I liked them, and he made them look cool, right? So they had the little thing going across the tongue or the toe. I liked them. Yeah, T-Mac had a good shoe.
All right, David. It looks like the All-Star jerseys, new All-Star jerseys have leaked again.
What is happening, guys? What is going on?
Well, so why do they keep leaking, and what do you think about that All-Star jersey?
It's awful. I mean, that's one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my life. First of all, why is it gray?
Gray. What is the obsession with? So this is Jordan Brand, right? This is Jordan Brand.
Yes. Again,
what is the obsession with Jordan Brand and gray?
This looks like somebody did clip art on this thing and just grabbed every necessary logo.
Gray honestly, background. That's all you pick for your layout.
And it's a honeycomb. It's a honeycomb again. This is not even in Charlotte. I feel there's a diamond logo on the back, but like, where's the diamonds for the 75th anniversary?
This is brutal. Yeah, 75th anniversary. This is what you're coming with? 75th anniversary. The other part about this is it's an Anthony Davis jersey. I mean, a little presumptive. I don't know. We don't know if Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of the back, but yeah, the leak was of an Anthony Davis.
But guys, I mean, this is Jordan.
We don't know
Brand.
if this is so. This is a reported.
This always
leak.
happens, though, right?
We don't know,
here. But maybe.
But it always ends up being
the thing.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, this is right. Like, this is the problem because we got the yellow ones. They tried to pay homage to the Indiana Pacers, right, when they were playing in Indianapolis, and that one wasn't great. But that one was better than this, though. And then the ones in Charlotte, the all-black ones, like, it's funny because if you grade on a curve, those actually weren't bad. I mean, compared to this one, I think you're right, David. Just first opinion is these are among the worst that I've seen. I hate these. These are awful.
It's awful. They have such a layup, and you don't want to go back to it every year, but like the throwbacks when they just traditional NBA All-Star red, white, and blue, you could go back to that whenever you want, guys. No one, you can do that. 75th anniversary, maybe dig into the archives a little bit. This looks like the future. Remember when the baseball did like the throw ahead or the look ahead uniforms were like futuristic? This is just very bad. I mean, the Kia logo looks the best, and that's
yeah. What is that? It looked weird as hell up there. Yeah, I think we can go with the desert jerseys, wearing your own jersey, home and away, and maybe the blue and red. I think those are the ones that I'm okay with. Top 3 at the top of the dome.
Shout out Josiah from Goldsboro.
Hello, Goldsboro.
NC. I'm trying to find some famous basketball players from Goldsboro. I'm coming up a little short.
All right, let me give you some time to do that, and then we'll move on to the next segment. We'll preview this game against Oklahoma City and talk about some other things with the Charlotte Hornets going forward. But do want to remind you, it's the new year, so that means you have New Year's resolutions. If yours is about
Jimmy Graham from Goldsboro.
There you go. Okay, I did know that. Yeah, Miami from North Carolina, awesome stuff. Jimmy Graham. Either way.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I needed to shout Jimmy Graham into this Hornets podcast.
No, it's really important. Just make sure you apologize to Built Bar. I'll make sure to put that in the timestamp too. Built Bar is the protein bar that tastes like a candy bar, maybe even better than a candy bar. Built Bar makes it easier to stick to your resolution because it tastes so good. You'll want to eat it, unlike any other protein bar, which can be chalky or waxy or taste like a chemical spill. But it's also healthy for you, so maybe you too can go to the pros like Jimmy Graham did. Built Bars are fantastic, covered in 100% chocolate, but you have some staple flavors like raspberry, banana bread is very good. Go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15, and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Let's preview this game against OKC, coming up next on the Locked On Hornets podcast.
This is Locked On Hornets.
And listen, as long as you play James Bouknight, a win will always be in sight.
Thanks for making Locked On Hornets your first listen every day.
Right?
We are free and available.
They'll show some fight.
On all your platforms. Now make your second listen Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs.
It's time for more of the Locked On Hornets podcast.